What happens when visionary leaders, policymakers, researchers, and spiritual masters come together with one shared purpose to integrate meditation into everyday life for a better world? Welcome to the Global Conference of Meditation Leaders, where inner transformation meets global impact. The future of leadership calls for greater clarity, compassion, inner stability, and a broader understanding. Meditation cultivates these values, inviting leaders to explore scientifically how meditation shapes real-world impact through research-based talks, panel discussions, and real-world case studies. The conference highlights how meditation reduces stress, cultivates compassionate leadership, strengthens institutions, and contributes to sustainable social change. It is a platform for leaders who want to make a difference and are seeking new ideas and effective ways to bring about change. Guided by vision of project meditation, the discussions highlighted the limitations of current systems, explored meditation in healthcare, education, and organizations, and introduced scalable, technology-enabled solutions. Hear from the voices shaping this change.
Meditation is one such attitude that will give a lot of internal peace. When you got internal peace, all your external activity will have totally different positive approach.
The mind should be controlled by yourself only. The mind should not be controlled by anything else.
We don't need Yuddha CEOs. We need the Buddha CEOs. Meditation is the best medication for our soul. Meditation is the best medication for our all agitations. More meditation, less medication.
Meditation is a blessing, life-changing for individuals, communities, societies, and nations, and for India to evolve as a unique society, promoting meditation, embracing meditation on scale at the population level will perhaps be a great service in the history.
Unless each one of us meditate, we cannot save humanity from the world of path of self-destruction. Meditation only can give us the capacity to realize what we are.
The meditation at the core of yoga we have to do. Chitta vritti nirodha. Gaining mastery over the mind is the key. It is not just a physical entity. Okay, we should do physical thing, we must do breathing, but dimension is to bring in calmness of the mind, silencing of the mind, tranquilizing of the mind, and going deeper and deeper into the dimensions of total samadhi.
Pontiff is saying our body is all emptiness and energy, which is exactly what many spiritual masters and Adi Shankaracharya, everyone said it's all Brahman that exists, and we are part of that energy.
It is the responsibility of the individual. It is not the responsibility of the government to take care of each individual's health. It is individual's responsibility to take care of health.
If you want peace in the world, if you want sustainability in the world, if you want an end to poverty and exploitation in the world, meditation is our social responsibility. When we meditate, we move through the world at a different frequency.
One single thought can completely change the programming of your 50 trillion cells, and you can create magic. This is what science says.
By changing yourself, by transforming yourself, mirrors will change around you. Everything is a reflection of you. You are meeting your own self. You are your own worst enemy. You are your own best friend.
I strongly feel that under leadership of our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji, very soon Bharat will be the world's spiritual leader, and it will play a very important role in manifesting peace on this planet Earth.
Beyond the stage, conversations spark connections, ideas surge into possibilities. DCML3 is not just a conference, it is a growing movement, enabling leaders and institutions to take policy action towards social change and holistic living. Because when leaders transform, systems evolve, and societies move towards harmony and peace. This is more than a conference. It is a shift in how the world heals, leads, and grows.
The Global Conference on Meditation Leaders, held from the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026 at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, was convened with the goal of bringing together meditation leaders and policy makers to advance a shared vision, integrating meditation into public and societal life as a practical, scientific, and inclusive process for holistic living and world peace.
A collective movement towards meditation by everyone for holistic well-being and global peace.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. And Sankalp program, and such a beautiful thing to start with how GCML happened this year. And yes, each of us are responsible for our own health and mental health. And if we embrace meditation, each one of us can make a big change to how the whole society works. That's such a beautiful thing to start with. Now I give this over to Chandra sir to take our class today. Good morning, sir. Namaste.
You say a few words about yourself, madam.
Okay. My name is Apurva Murlidhar, and I am from Bangalore. In my own meditation journey, I started with doing meditation for 5 minutes because there was so much mental remuneration, and it went from 5 to 10 minutes to 15 minutes to half an hour. Slowly, it became 45 minutes, and then it started to increase and it went to 3 hours and 4 hours. And I think my biggest turning point was when I started to give meditation to others. I realized how much I was learning in the process. And for me, what meditation has done is that it has kind of merged together the spiritual and the spiritual life and our life that we live in. So, when you put a lens of spirituality to the situations that come in our life, you suddenly realize that nothing is happening to you. It is basically a manifestation of your own mind. And the realization of that gives so much clarity and so much sense of confidence that whatever situation comes in life, you realize all you have to do is change how you have to think about it, or realize that there's something better that is coming up with it. And that's what meditation's done for me, that awakening or realization that nothing's happening to me, but it is something that I am capable of doing for myself, has actually changed a lot for me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Wonderful. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Wonderful afternoon, evening. Everything changes when we expand our understanding of who we are. While our life changes, our vision also expands. The definition of who is my family changes. When you start experiencing something larger than you, then your family definition also changes. Earlier, a family is the 4 people that you are together. Then it increases to your close relatives, then increases to your close friends, then increases to your neighbors, include them. then one day it expands to everybody on the planet. Some know, some don't know. But when it is done with that understanding that everybody is a family, that's when we truly become empathetic. True empathy, spiritual empathy, is to recognize that other person and me are the same. A cognitive empathy is more intellectually understand that somebody has more, or I have more, and then somebody has less. And so then I share. But a spiritual empathy is recognizing fundamentally that somebody else or everyone else is same as me. This is not an intellectual understanding. But then when that happens, our visions expand. Not until that time. But when that happens, our vision will expand naturally. And so then we come into that fold, which is thinking that way. Like attracts like. We come into that fold of a group or energy that thinks that way, that everything is same as me. Patriji is that way. Gautam Buddha is that way. And from there, Patriji has several times said he is one of the close associates of Buddha in that incarnation. PSSM consciousness that way. Buddha who came from there, his consciousness is that way. Every group has a consciousness. Only then, dear friends, events of that nature, global conferences, dhyana yagnams are possible effortlessly. Yesterday I was watching the Patriji Dhyana Yagam program that is still continuing in Tirupati for 7 days. And then one of the masters, they're giving a Lifetime Achievement Award. Women masters. People used to tell her how her group was able to do functions. Every day, some function, her group. Every day, effortlessly, everyone would ask her, how are you able to do so many functions, so many rallies, so many people you're bringing together and then giving them meditation? Every day, this is an everyday affair. She lost her husband, but she didn't deter. Girl child, not married, but then her commitment towards meditation, because truly felt her family is the whole family. And so then building a pyramid, a significantly reasonable sized pyramid by herself, running a meditation center, entire Gudivada area, she was able to spread meditation like crazy because she truly felt everybody is her family. A woman master, believing that power is there with her, believing that everyone is connected, was able to do so much. She journeyed with Patri sir for several years. Our visions expand when we start experiencing meditation in its truest form. To give it to everybody without a doubt. Doubt happens when pressures come, then you give away, then you're cognitively empathetic. In a spiritual empathy, there's no doubt. Whether pressure is there, rain is there, shine is there, doesn't matter. You are there as everybody with that understanding. Your understanding is cemented. Our understanding must increase. So today we will hear from a master of that nature, someone who journeyed with a world famous psychic healer but instantly connected to helping people. And so then being able to work with him, the world famous cycle Alex Orbito, and then subsequently founding an organization to bring something solid to the world. And this whole idea and the notion of hearts have used fields, and then how do you bring that knowledge and awareness about it? And then heart fields, of course, grow when you're becoming more and more spiritual in nature. Explore. So listen to her after meditation. Let's go into the meditation now, dear friends. We're practicing breath meditation to relax our mind and body and slowly, slowly empty the mind of thought. We do this by observing our normal, natural breath. So sit comfortably. We're practicing breath meditation. This is originated from, as you see in the picture. So let me put this picture up. As seen in the picture, sitting comfortably with the fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in our lap, crossing your feet at ankle, closing your eyes. Those of you wearing glasses, remove them. Observe your breath. Resting your attention anywhere on the nose, and observe the breath slowly, slowly. Mind is becoming calmer, emptier. Then we go into empty states or no thought states of the mind. Reduce thoughts initially, slowly, slowly, slowly. It'll happen. No thought state. And we be in that state. We observe, witness that state. Whatever happens, we observe that. It's called breath meditation. In any given time, if thoughts come, we go back to the breath again. Again, start the process all over, called breath meditation. Before we do that, we're practicing heart elevation process, a process that for a few minutes that increase the coherence and expands the field of our heart. And heart elevation process is very, very simple. And as you see in the picture here, as in the picture, we do this for a few minutes, about 6 to 7 minutes every time we do meditation. We're doing this sometimes. And so heart elevation, to close your eyes and elevate yourself into a higher emotion. Just follow my guidance for this, dear friends. And so we do heart elevation process and then go into breath meditation. Relax yourself with your eyes closed, dear friends. Relax your body. Dear friends, dear masters, with your glasses removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area. Resting your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel your heart center? Connect with your loving heart. this seat of all emotions, nurturing all life. Expanding all life with the center of all emotions, dear friends. Connect with it, feel it. I want you to be paying attention to your heart. Notice it, dear friends, the center of emotions, expanding, nurturing your life. Center that's there with you your entire lifetime, before you even knew about it, working for you. Feel. And can you imagine and dream of an experience that moves you into higher emotions of love, compassion, gratitude, kindness, care? Bring up an experience from your past, or simply imagine of going into that emotion, hugging a child, walking in nature, helping someone in need, or whatever, dear friends. Relive that moment and feel that energy and allow yourself to elevate yourself and allow yourself to direct that energy onto everyone and everything on this planet to help them elevate themselves, to help them increase their understanding of life, to come into meditation. Where you place your attention, there you place your energy. Come on, friends. We are one with each other, connected intricately in the field of energy the more you are in this higher emotion, the more you spread this energy, the more coherent you're becoming, the more one you become, the more creation happens through you. Feel and relive that moment. Feel that energy and spread that energy. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind is becoming calmer, emptier. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize you are in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly and slowly go into that calmness, emptiness. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. The quantum field of energy with infinite possibilities. The longer you are with this emptiness, calmness, the more you tune in to this field of possibilities, the more insightful you become, the more you expand your understanding.
Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to be in this calmness, emptiness, the field of your ancient past, present, and the future. The field of no body, of nothing in no time and space. The longer you are in this field of energy, the more you tune in to the wisdom of your past, to the purpose of your present. The more clearer you become, the more courageous you become. Everyone and everything are connected in this field of emptiness, energy. The field of Brahman. The longer you stay connected, stay aware of this energy, emptiness, more one you become. The more expanded you become. Stay aware of that greater emptiness, the darkness, the field of light. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. that create a field of connection. The field of infinitely potential. The longer you are in this nothingness, emptiness, the more divine you become, unlimited you become, one you become. The longer you are in this field of nothingness, the more you experience everythingness. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everyone in your life. Express gratitude to your parents for giving a beautiful connection to life. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Your gratitude to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody in your life for helping you experience many, many facets of life to learn more. Your gratitude to all this grand nature, that mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, that animal kingdom, that angelic kingdom, everything, dear friends, that fills alive with energy, mystery, love and more. Your gratitude to all things technology, the system, the government, the companies that support our life in many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, for helping consciousness explore through you. And gratitude to this intelligent field, the universe, for this beautiful life. Many are not so blessed. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. And whenever you're ready, your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, recollect your experiences from the session, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoy the session. It's a beautiful moment to close your eyes and then bring up your intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of this program or whenever you joined. And feel as if that intention has come true and feel the future. Just a moment is good. We are clear in our thought, full of possibilities being opened up. And express gratitude for the beautiful future that you are acknowledging is already there with you. Okay. All right. So while we are here, dear friends, I was talking about Marika ji, who's here from Europe, early in the hours, but still having this beautiful commitment to be with us to share what the beautiful work that she is doing. So thank you for joining, Marika ji. We'll have you formally introduce. Yes, Jayashree madam.
Yes, sir. A very warm welcome to you, Marika ji. And so, friends, let me just give a brief introduction about Marika ji. Marika ji, after holding several executive positions in the corporate world, she transitioned towards initiative focused on creating meaningful social and spiritual impact. She's the co-founder of Uniting People, an initiative that promotes heart-based awareness and conscious living. She has also served as a board member of the Fred Foundation in the Netherlands and the European Committee of the Alliance for a New Humanity. So for more than 20 years, Ms. Marika worked closely with renowned spiritual healer Alex Orbitosa, with whom she co-founded Pyramid for Light, a holistic retreat center in the Philippines. Guided by her life mission of uniting people for the greater good of all, Ms. Marika is committed to bringing people together through heart consciousness, anchored and amplified by the transformative energy of pyramids and sacred sites around the world. Again, it is my pleasure to introduce you, Ms. Marika, and a very warm welcome to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I feel very blessed to be amongst all of you, and a deep gratitude to Dr. Chandra and the whole CEO Buddha movement. And thank you so much, Jayashree, and both of you for inviting me to be on this beautiful program, Sankalp program. And this morning, Dr. Chandra was writing to me, "Oh, it is very early for you." And I said, yes, but also that is obviously the essence of Sankalp, that deeper commitment. And once again, I feel very blessed to be together with all of you, all the participants on this beautiful journey. So my deep gratitude. And yes, I was asked to share a little bit more about my journey. So for the next, I think, 20 minutes, I've understood, I'll be delighted to share a little bit more of my background, and particularly what we've recently been doing in India, where I had the beautiful chance to reconnect again with Dr. Chandra after so many years. And as Jasmine was saying, yes, early after my studies, I went into the corporate fields, and as probably many of you, I progressed on the corporate ladder until at the age of 35, I became a director of a larger company, and so-called, I thought that was success. But there was a tremendous void and a tremendous emptiness inside. And I just felt in my busy, hectic job, corporate job, I just felt there was something else. And I had a deep yearning for something more, I would say, more meaningful. And so I came into quite a inner crisis, I would say, and on a crossroads where I think many of you joining on this journey will come, or might have come already, or will still come. It's a crossroad where you're being asked, it's a deep inner, I would say, quest. If you're going to follow your soul's calling, your heart calling, which I would like to say, or if you stay on something that is probably more an obligation, or where you feel certain patterns, or you're committed to and you need to carry on. And I came on that crossroad very clearly, and I decided to take a leap forward and to just leave the corporate world totally behind and see where life would take me next. And that is quite a commitment with yourself, I would say, quite a commitment deeper within. And I like to use the word courage, because it's coming on such a crossroad, you really need courage. And I love that word because courage has core into it, and the French call it the cœur, which is heart. So the courage is not just the following your heart is not just something easy. It requires really that courage, that commitment to yourself, to your divine essence, to follow and to have faith and to have trust, to follow through. And I can assure you that the life that is going to follow afterwards is not the typical highway, which is the gray road that we all know. You just follow the signs. But following your soul's calling, going deeper into your heart, means you go on these little, you take the exit from the highway and you go on this little pathway that goes up and down, left and right, and where through meditation, through that inner connection, you'll be guided through that inner guru that comes onto your path then more actively. And it's a beautiful road. It's an adventurous road, an explorative road, and it will take you to that inner bliss, to that inner fulfillment. So I'm inviting wherever you are, whenever you come to that crossroad, dare to have that courage to follow your soul's calling, that heart's calling. And when I took that leap forward, that jump forward, as the beautiful expression said, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And this is where I had the chance of meeting a very powerful healer that Dr. Chandra met also in the Pyramid Valley, a Filipino healer, Alex Arbito, who very spontaneously invited me to join him whenever he was traveling abroad. So I switched the boardroom meetings to being next to a man who, with his hands, went into a body. So it couldn't have been a bigger change into my life. And I'm going to share now a PowerPoint with you. And I'll take you a little bit through that journey, but also what we recently have been doing, because it might be easier than to follow that journey. So I hope this is going to work. I'm not very good in technicalities. And it says starting share your screen, you will stop other computer sound share. Do you want to continue? Well, we're going to continue on that. So I'm going to share and hope this is going to work. Let me know.
Marikaji, I'd like to share a little bit as you're coming onto this about your 1 second. So, friends, Alex Arbitoji is one of the world famous psychic healers who was also there at Pyramid Valley International. That was thanks to Marikaji. And he was there in 2010, 11, at least 2 times he was there, a couple of years. And he had this beautiful ability to do psychic surgery. That means something that he can put his energy body into somebody's body. It can pierce through to cleanse of any negative energy and then close. I've seen with my own eyes when I was doing a few things in Pyramid Valley while Marikaji was always there accompanying him and around the world. So his fingers would go into the body, and then whatever that needs to be done is done. And then all he would do is just do this, and there's no stitching and nothing like that. It all happens in minutes. Such a powerful healer. This concept of psychic surgery, psychic healing, psychic energy, they're all there's one of the great masters in the world. Millions of people heal through him. And then Marikaji has journeyed with him for a long time. And I had the great fortune of meeting her in Pyramid Valley with Patriji when we organized Global Conference of Spiritual Scientists. And we used to regularly organize it. And so that program, so Alexiji has come with Marikaji. So we knew this association, and they were all introduced by Karthikeyan sir in the beginning, long before, and then Dr. Newton. So thank you, Marikaji, for here, and then having brought that beautiful association with Alexi to Pyramid Valley, to Patricia and all of us. Yes. Now let you please share your PowerPoint.
And thank you for sharing that, because at that moment, meeting in Pyramid Valley together with you, we also met with Anil Sinha, who is also joining us on this session, and he's been instrumental recently in studies that we did. So it's beautiful to see how this family is reconnecting again right now. Thank you. So let me share. Let me. So the journey, and I'll come to that. The journey that I would like to take you on is the journey from me to we to us. And us, somebody said, why go to the United States? It's not you as United States, but the journey to us in being all opposite, knowing that everything is interconnected. So here you will see Alex Orbito, a picture of him. I met him in 2000 when I left the corporate world, and I accompanied him on many journeys. And yes, as Dr. Chandra was saying, he has the ability of psychic surgery, and I witnessed thousands and thousands of operations, was able to join him to many different labs, international labs, because he was always very open for science to advance. So thanks to him, I was also able to meet people from around the world, beautiful masters, and particularly also a lot of researchers that were open-minded in order to better understand how can a man without any education, but by connecting to the divine, enter a human body. And what is interesting is he was fascinated from a young child onwards by pyramids. He always kept dreaming about pyramids, and he just knew intuitively they have very strong healing powers. So let me here. This picture, you've seen it possibly also in the little flyer. I feel very blessed with this picture because I feel accompanied by two great masters and also a source of inspiration for everything Dr. Chandra has been doing. I had the chance of meeting him several times, and here I am in between two masters that both shared not only an enormous passion and the power of pyramids, also breathwork, meditation, and healing. So I felt very, very blessed once I left the corporate world to be surrounded by such beautiful souls that allowed me to grow. And that brought me to make a very long story much shorter. And I see Dr. Kartikeyan, who is here. Oh, what a wonderful. I see he raised his hand, so he might want to share something.
Madam, we'll promote him as a panelist. Please continue your sharing.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. So Reverend Orbito had the ability of not only being a very powerful healer, but he was also a very powerful medium. So he sometimes went into a total trance. And in such a total trance, I received the message, and not only me, many of us around us, to build a pyramid for light. And this is where an enormous adventure started with a lot of different challenges, but also what he channeled was a lady of light who kept saying, united in love and light, everything is possible. And we went on a journey like before. It was a leap of faith, but it was enormous to see when people come together in a selfless manner, in service of the divine, to see that genuinely miracles are happening. And this is what I lived through personally next to Alex Orbito, and it drove us further to what was the experiment that we eventually did in India this year. And we had all the challenges, all the obstacles that you can imagine, and yet constantly we also saw miracles, literally miracles happening. And I'm going to write that story quite soon, actually at the end of this year. And here you will see the opening of the Pyramid for Light on 11/11 11, because that was also channeled to have the pyramid opening in the Philippines on that particular day. And you might see right in the middle there Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, who were also present on that day with more than 200 people from around the world. And here you'll see a few images of the Pyramid for Light that we were able to achieve in less than 6 months. It was against all odds. It was impossible according to the architects. And yet, coming together in that powerful heart field, we saw that, as I said before, just sheer miracles and a lot of synchronicities happened. So my question was, the impossible became possible, but what had really happened? And this drove us and me on a different journey that had to do with the heart and the power, particularly of the heart. And so I went to study with HeartMath Institute in the United States to learn more about the power of the heart, because Alex Orbito kept saying, whenever I do healing, I connect through the heart. All the energy flows through the heart when I do the healing. So I wanted, being Western, I wanted to understand more about the whole science behind the heart. And this is why I studied for a while with HeartMath Institute. And I learned that, as you see in this image, when we vibrate with, like you just did before with this beautiful meditation, Dr. Chandra, when we connect with gratitude, when we connect with appreciation, compassion, the electromagnetic field of the heart becomes enormous. It's actually, the electromagnetic field of the heart is 5,000 times stronger than the one of the mind. It is the largest oscillating power that we have in our body. So we have much more information that goes from the heart to the brain than the other way around. And it has an independent heart brain. It has a very high intelligence that has been discovered with an independent neuronal network. So I learned how emotions like frustration totally inhibits us, it contracts us. Appreciation, care, love, it lifts the vibration of ourselves, but also around us. This is so beautifully shown in this image, because the moment we come into a coherence, we radiate that beautiful high frequency field all around us. And here you can see, it's a picture that says 100 words, how love spreads and gives healing all around us, and fear contracts us. It brings us into that little bubble. And then there was a study done in a university in Kassel where they asked people to meditate and to concentrate on the heart and to send love and healing to people in need. And what they experience, and this has been, this is what I constantly felt and saw around the healing that we did with Alex Orbito, is that the biophotons that we emanate constantly, they increased from 20 per second to 100,000. It became so powerful, that beam that came from the heart, that it was even visible to the naked eye. And this all with meditating from the heart, sending love, compassion, and healing to somebody else in need. So this brought us to the thought, the heart coherence is like this beautiful, coherent line that sends this powerful energy around us. Light energy is known as a very powerful beam. It's like, it works like laser light coherence, and it's so powerful it can cut through steel. So imagine, we thought, bringing a lot of unified and coherent hearts together, that must be so powerful. And that brought us to experiments in thinking, what happens if we bring that powerful heart field when we connect it to pyramids and to studies? So these were the 3 parts that we felt, let's bring these 3 elements together and see what happens when we unify, or when we combine that powerful collective heart coherent field and we combine it with pyramids. Will it amplify? Will it intensify? Let's see what happens. And particularly, let's connect that to people that can study these fields. And that's where I would like to say an enormous gratitude to dear Anil Sinha, who is with us, because he was instrumental in setting up studies in order to see what is going to happen with that field. And you will see here a quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. It was said by a chemist who won the Nobel Prize in 1972, if I don't mistake. And he said, when a complex system is far from equilibrium, small islands of coherence in a sea of chaos have the capacity to shift the entire system to a higher order. It's called often islands of coherence. So we felt, let's try to see if bringing through meditation, through heart meditation, through this beautiful unified field where we bring many people together and we connect them intentionally to pyramids and to sacred sites, let's see what happens. Can we create islands of coherence? Can we lift the chaotic system that we live in right now in the world? Can we bring that to a higher frequency? And this is what we have been doing in experiments since 2021 in COVID, where everybody was secluded in their homes. We felt, let's connect all the people online in different parts of the world in a meditation. We focus on the heart, and eventually we connect that to different pyramids. And in that is also, of course, the Quantum Life University pyramid in India, but also Egypt, around the world. We connected intentionally this unified heart field with all these different pyramids. So we did many different experiments over the years. And in 2025, we included an online, not only an online, but also a physical gathering at the Bosnian pyramids with Sam Osmanovic. And this was done on the solstice. So we had many people online in the world, but also a group that was on site at the Bosnian pyramids. And it was here that we saw for the first time how energy lines that are called bovies, wow, they skyrocketed. They increased a lot. And it's from there that together with the group, we decided, let's take this a step forward and do it in India. And so we connected with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, who immediately said, yes, let's organize it in India. And our dear Anil joined. And he's also right here this morning, with us. And this chart was made by him because what we decided to do is build a unified heart field with people from around the world that gradually come into this deeper heart coherent field together, this beautiful wave collectively. And then we connect that field on the solstice, which we did on June 21 at Quantum Life University, connect that intentionally, not only with the grid of pyramids around the world, but also with different sacred sites in India, and see what happens. And this we were able to do thanks to many different partners like Quantum Life University, but also the PSSM movement with Patrigi and his daughter, the Pyramid Valley, also gratitude to our dear friend Kartiki, and also to you, Dr. Chandra, for being able to bring all this together. And then we started, of course, measuring and see what does this field to do with us individually, collectively, but also on a larger scale, planetarian. What does this field do? And so in a little glance, the project included 300 plus people from around the world that went on this 8-week unified heart journey. progressing from week to week, just as you're doing right now in these 40 days, progressing to come deeper into that heart coherent field, not only of individual, but also collectively. We had 4 different studies on both studying the field, but also studying what does it do individually with our own health and well-being. And then we had 1 unified heart field that we connected with all the different pyramids and sacred sites. And so this is called the BSC observation, which is BOVIS, which was done by 3 different independent geobiologists in Europe who started measuring from the beginning that we opened this field, this heart field, on April the 18th, all the way until June 21. And then they continue to see what happens, because very often in meditation we see a peak, but then it descends again. And what is so interesting to see in this field, there's a huge surge with the solstice, but afterwards the field keeps growing, not as strong, but it keeps growing. It does not descend. So that's interesting. The field keeps persistent in its activity. So the total increase that we saw from April 18 until July the 14th was a multiplication here of 105 times. So it's enormous how it increased the field. Then I take you to the next slide. Now here, if there are questions, I'm very glad that Anil is with us, because we also did studies with what is called the RNG, the random number generators, which is devices that have been developed by HeartMath Institute and that take sort of randomly all the numbers constantly. And from these random numbers, we start measuring and looking at the field. How does it move? What information is it giving us? And what Anil, in cooperation with Ramesh and with a whole research team, because there were 7 in total, what they found were 3 different thresholds of elevated, high, and very high that started to, if I can say it in a simple way, started organizing themselves. So on one side, we see a huge surge, increase in vitality, what we just saw before. And with the quantum devices, we saw that the field was starting to deepen itself, to organize itself into 3 different layers. And then Anil, together with the Dr. Sangeeta, they discovered 3 different layers, just similar with Ayurveda. There's 3 different pulses, and we define them as the manas, the prana, and the buddhi. So they discovered that the field was organizing itself in 3 different layers. Here, these are the researches done on the personal well-being. So what did these 8 weeks, this field, what did it do to us personally? In Europe, we did studies with the Dr. Olivier Boussoulou, and he did studies, and from these studies, we saw that there was significant improvement on general condition, self-esteem, which is interesting, plus spiritual connection. Those were really significant improvements. And on the 19 health parameters, 17 parameters improved favorably. And 88%, so the majority, clearly said this had to do with the program, either exclusively or partly. Then we also did studies, Ayurvedic studies with the tongue analysis. And here we saw slight improvements in calmness, mental clarity, stress handling, and connection. So these were the 4 studies that we did. And these were the overall conclusions that we reached, whereby the field strength, the field vitality increased strongly and persisted. Then the field ecology started organizing itself better. We saw also that the collective heart coherence combined with pyramids and sacred sites starts to anchor itself, amplify itself. And this we did with only 300 plus people. So imagine if we have more people, what this field can do on a global level. We saw significant human well-being improvements, as we just saw before, both by using different parameters that we used in Europe, but also through the tongue analysis. So that takes us, what I showed in the beginning, the journey from this personal heart coherence in the collective heart coherence, but also in this more global coherence when we connect the heart field with pyramids. I heard somebody.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, I've almost finished. So Anil, who is also here, and when there are questions, I'm sure he'll be happy to also answer them. We came to the conclusion that we are building the field and the field is building us in return. And that leads me to the last quote, which I love. And it says, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." It's a beautiful quote of Margaret Mead. And with that, I express the intention that we keep uniting across the world and building this heart field in connection with pyramids, which are amplifiers not only on the ley lines and the water currents that are underneath them, but also through electromagnetic, through the field that we are building together towards this higher frequency. So that is the little presentation I wanted to give, and I hope I respected more or less the time, and love to open the floor for questions, and possibly Dr. Kartikeyan, he might want to say something because I saw him raising the hands.
Yes, so let's, can you stop sharing this slide, please? Yes, I can get it out. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. So yes, we have dear. So thank you so much for the beautiful presentation.
Hello, Maria.
Oh, good to see you. Oh, what a joy.
How are you?
Very well, very well.
Nice to
Even
see
better
you.
seeing you.
After such a long time.
Lovely seeing you. Well, we connected at the beginning of the year, so it was
the days of
you.
My good friend Reverend Alex Arbito.
Yes.
Yes, we can never forget those good old days.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, a small number of committed people can change the world, which is true. That is why being attempted now. Because on the other hand, what's happening in the world is very disturbing.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only the individuals, the whole planet is in distress. And you can't delay this process any longer. Before it gets too late, something has to happen.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm happy to know that what good work you have been doing now. Great to see you. Where are you just now?
I'm right now in Spain, close to Barcelona.
Yes, that's where you live also. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's where I'm now. But beautiful to see you and and thank you for your blessing when we started this. So we included the foundation and in all the work that we did, because I do believe these partnerships are just essential to build together this new world. And I think, as you're saying, it is just so necessary and beautiful to see how we reconnect again, thanks to our beautiful two masters.
Chandra alerted me yesterday you are going to be there, so I made it a point to be here to see you, to listen to you, to interact with you.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much.
Maybe the only change I find in you, you are wearing glasses now.
I can leave them off right now.
Yes.
That's to read. I have this little screen. Yeah.
Wonderful.
But good to see you. Beautiful to see you.
So nice. Thank you, Chandra, for alerting me.
Thank you, sir, for joining.
It's
always pleasure to connect. Yes, sir. We have Anilji, who is dear friends. This is a beautiful experimentation that Marika and team are doing. We will, of course, have this in our next global conference, fully presented in detail in Delhi that we are doing in April, again with under the chairmanship of Karthikeyan sir. And Anilji is a wonderful researcher that I met in Pyramid Valley in the year 2010. And Anilji, a few words about this thing. Definitely what I'm going to do is invite you to one of the master classes, or every month 21st we do a million meditator meditation program. I think you must come and present this study of how small group can actually change the field, right, significantly. A few words from you has been a key researcher behind this project too.
Thank you, Chandra, and thank you very much, Marika, uh, for triggering this whole journey for me. Which, of course, Chandra is. I mean, our relationship with Chandra goes back a long way from 2008, when the first global congress was being organized at the Pyramid Valley, and in fact, my own spiritual journey, which actually started with Dr. Newton in 2007, and then it actually took shape in Pyramid Valley from 2008 onwards, where I came as a curious contributor in 2008, thinking it's like one of those one-time things which one wants to experience, and then it became a life journey. And of course, the meditation lab experiment, which inspired by Patriji's vision, we were able to establish at the Pyramid Valley. That is where I would say I learned all the uh, tools of the trade and the tricks of the trade. And it was those experiments which kind of expanded my own consciousness and my understanding of how to do meaningful research in the field of consciousness. And then, of course, with Dr. Amit Goswami, I had this opportunity to expand my understanding from a quantum physics and the quantum science perspective, with whom I have been able to complete a PhD thanks to his insistence. And then, of course, in 2025, October, suddenly Marika appeared on my horizon after 12 years. We met in 2014, and after that, she came, and then she invited me to be a part of this project, and which kind of helped me uh, bring together everything that I had learned in all these years. And the subject of consciousness studies and pyramids has always excited me. So I'm happy that I was able to contribute meaningfully to this project. And of course, this project to me, although officially the project ended after the summer solstice program at ULU, but actually it's only a beginning. And Marika and I are continuing to work together on expanding this whole research in new areas. And of course, I'm very, very happy to be a part of this program by Chandra, who is actually my first contact with the Pyramid Valley. And thank you very much, Chandra, for inviting me. And I won't take up much time. And yes, definitely anything further for Pyramid Valley and for the Pyramid movement, I'm always available. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Anil. Um, we did a lot of work together, Marika ji, at Pyramid Valley in those years, several years. So wonderful to have you back with us. And so thank you, dear friends. We heard briefly Padma Shri Dia Karthikeyan, sir, former CBA Director of Chief Mentor. So Sir is coming back on September 1st. Then we'll listen to his talk on that day. That's in our final week. And then this sets us up today's talk, today's experiment. It sets us up beautifully for rest of the program about leadership, about collective work that we can do together, what is conscious leadership, and then how meditation and all these works are helping us to develop that conscious leadership. Every leader has essentials, what is necessary functionally, but then what does meditation do? What does it bringing to a leadership to make him the one who is doing it and becoming aware of what and they're doing and then how it's impacting. And so that sets up for the remaining days of this program and contribution. And thank you, Marika. So those of you who have any questions, and we still have time, and then while we'll formally conclude here, but then as always, Marika, we are staying back. Some people are there asking questions, so please do stay back. And we'll do a small music to switch the formal closure to an informal Q&A. And so, Karthikeyan, sir, anything that you would say?
No, I was wondering why Marika's name is given as Maria.
Interesting question. You see, in the Netherlands, I'm born in the Netherlands, there's two things. There's one which is the official baptism names, where I'm Maria, that's the official passport name. But then in the Netherlands, there's something else where they say, how will you be calling her every day? It's like the usual everyday's name, which is Marika. So I really have these two names. The passport name is Maria, and in the town hall, let's say it's Marika.
Okay, but I prefer Marika.
Yeah, me too. But it might be on this. Yes, I see in here it's Maria. Yeah. So
You
that
want
is
me
to
to
answer your
start the
question.
video, Chandra, but it's not working.
Oh, okay, sir.
I'm
So
trying
then,
to.
yeah.
I don't know what happened. Suddenly went out of camera. Doesn't matter. Carry on.
No problem, sir.
It's not
Yes.
working.
Okay, so Apurva, madam, any announcements?
Yes, sir. We have an announcement. So, we are going to start a vibe session from September 7th to September 27th. I would request all of you to join that session, as the 40-day session is a beautiful segue into understanding what meditation is and to make it a practice. Vibe session is something that is beautiful for everyone, youth and even older people, to come together and do meditation every day. In that session, you will see energetic young leaders who come ahead and take class. It has a beautiful energy. I would encourage all of you to tell anyone, any youngsters around, in and around you, to come and join this session as well. So September 7th to September 27th. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk about Vibe tomorrow more. That's our youth program that we have for 3 weeks, dear friends. So see you all. So thank you very much. And so those of you wanting to ask questions, please do stay back. And after a short break. Thank you, Karthikeyan, for joining.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Marika, we should meet you sometime.
Yes, let's do. With pleasure.
Welcome to India.
Yes, with great pleasure. We'll definitely stay in contact, and I would love, or maybe Europe. We'll see. But thank you for the invitation. I'm quite certain that we'll stay connected to advance, on all the global developments, bringing hard vibes everywhere to expand it and to expand the field.
I think you should try to come for this World Conference.
Okay, that is when? Is it in April?
April, first week.
Okay.
Chandra will tell you the dates.
Okay.
We'll write you, madam. Yes.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine.
Okay. Okay. Okay, friends. Yes, sir. So we'll take some questions. There are a couple of questions for Marika ji. And so, yes, Jayashree madam. Apurva, if you are there, please continue. Yes, Jayashree madam. I think you said you got to go, please. There's a Q&A question. What is light meditation or something? Go ahead.
Thank you. I see. Thank you very much, Marika ji. Any plans, any visits planned to the United States? Not yet.
Yes. Marika ji, there is a question
Mhm.
in Q&A box from Dr. Surendra. And of course, he's expressed gratitude for your presentation. And what is light meditation? He wants to know about light meditation.
Light meditation. In my presentation, I talked a lot about very much the heart connection, I would say. So I particularly the light meditation. Not sure what he's referring to, but to me, a light meditation would be to like visualize light, to allow light to pass through. But if it referred to the experiment done in Germany, where they could truly visualize and see the light, that had to do with, it was an interesting experiment because they wanted to see if from the heart a light was coming forward. And the first day they tried to just concentrate on it and nothing happened. So they were quite disappointed, went back home from the lab. And that night, one of the researchers was quite concerned because his little child was having fever. And so they said, well, you know what, let's come tomorrow into the lab and send from our hearts light, not specifically light, but really like from our hearts send healing. That was really the purpose to this little boy that was having fever. And it sort of spontaneously they saw how the biophotons that they were measuring, which is the light atoms that are in our cells, it's on an atomic level. They saw how it spiked from 20, which is the usual emission per second. It spiked to 100,000, which is an increase of 5,000. It became so strong that they were able to see a ray of light even with their naked eye. So if you refer to that light emission, that was spontaneously because they concentrated sending healing to somebody in need. So they did more experiments and they saw how the moment we send that to somebody else in need, that's where it spikes to the highest level. But
Thank
still,
you.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you,
I hope
Marika
that
ji.
answered the question.
Yes, Dr. Surendra, he'll type in chat. And we have another question from Sumanji. Beside meditation and heart coherence, what else can I do to help attract my dream job and my soulmate into my life?
Can you repeat it? What else
Yes.
from? Oh, yeah.
Meditation and heart coherence. What else I can do to help attract my dream job and my soulmate into my life?
Okay, what I would recommend is in these meditations, regardless if you do meditation or heart coherence, try, and this is not so easy, but try to express gratitude as if it's already into your energy fields. Because very often we hope for something in the future, we pray for something in the future, but it's always the future. So the moment we're able to sort of visualize and attract it into a daily life through gratitude, as if it's already there, we attract it more actively into our life. So it's to visualize and to say gratitude, even though physically it's not yet there, but energetically you're drawing it from the quantum field to yourself. So it's say, thank you for the dream job. I know it's already there in the energy field for me. And thank you for the partner or whatever you wish. And have trust, it's coming, it's visualizing, it's manifesting into your life. And I'm sure Dr. Chandra might want to add something else to that part.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Sometimes, Mr. Saurabh, please go out and give meditation. We need to tune into the purpose. What is it that's really for me? That's most appropriate. So you've been regularly practicing meditation. Are you giving? Become a giver of meditation first. And then automatically that'll tell you what is the right purpose. And so that'll bring everything that is necessary within your purpose without much effort. Things that are not in a purpose, we got to do a lot of effort. That's when you're changing the prarabdha. In purpose, things happen. Not in purpose, we have to work for it. Really. That process that Marikaji mentioned will work, but you have to be patient. Patient and patient and patient. Are we there? Why should it happen next year? Why can't we wait for 5 years? Can you wait for 5 years? Can you wait for 5 years? Do you have the answer to the question? And what will you do for 5 years? Do something very meaningful. When you bring meditation service, automatically we gain super clarity of what is that I really need to gain into my life. And that naturally aligns all energies towards you to fulfill or experience things that you seek into your life that is in line with the purpose. So something to actually think about. And then leaving all of it, the one thing that every one of us do, and we're not clear, or when things are taking time to manifest or materialize, is to go into this purpose of giving meditation. Just do that, something that's of highest act that one can do to liberate anyone. So we give meditation, and so automatically it'll move us into a purpose, aligned to a purpose. Thank you, Marikaji. A beautiful guidance to our youngsters here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir and Marikaji. From our dear Parthasarthi sir, there is a question. Any functional MRI results to correlate with heart-brain coherence coupled with pyramid meditation?
Can you repeat that again? Because I
Yes.
didn't. Is it in the question?
Yeah, it's in the Q&A box. Any functional MRI results to correlate with heart-brain coherence coupled with pyramid meditation?
The part that I'm trying to, let me see, where can I see the question? In the chat, I don't see it in the chat.
The Q&A?
Let me paste it in the chat for you.
Okay, in the Q&A, I don't.
So he's asking if you have done an MRI, magnetic resonance.
An MRI. Oh, sorry. Now I understand it better. MRI results. Any functional RNAs to correlate with our. We did not yet do MRI results, so we do want to expand. We do want to expand further studies, but at this point, we did not yet include that. Together with Anil, if he's still there, we're looking actually into expanding the studies to include two things actually. One is to see how this field, how it reacts to agriculture. This is likely what we're planning to do with Surya, with a very large pyramid, to see how this will influence from the pyramid and the unified heart field into the harvesting around it, because there's large rice fields, to see is there a difference on the quality of the rice harvest and the rice fields around it. That's one study that we want to do before and after. And the second is what is this field doing to animals and vice versa. So these are the two studies that we want to expand. At this point, we don't have any specific MRI results on it, nor have we included, but it might be also in the future. I know that HeartMath does a lot on these studies too, but it would be interesting to obviously include the pyramid and the pyramid field to see what is the difference there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Malikaji. There is one question from Sangeeta Ju. Dear Masters, there are certain acts which anybody without much efforts can categorize as a wrong act. For example, violence, molestation, stealing, scams, etc. My question is, when certain people commit certain wrong deeds, then how come their soul or consciousness doesn't trouble them for such wrongdoings? How such people feel proud and lead a peaceful life? Why don't their consciousness bother them? How do they justify their acts to themselves? Your thoughts would be appreciated.
Beautiful question. I think we can be very extensive on its answer. I would say, as our souls, we evolve. We evolve, obviously, from younger souls into more mature and wiser souls. And I think the answer that Dr. Chandra gave before, I think there's a very important part in meditation, reflecting upon our deeds, reflecting upon our thoughts, reflecting upon our acts. If we don't do that, we very easily pass on from one to the other without understanding the effect our acts have on ourselves and our environment. And I think that self-reflection, that self-mastery through meditation is essential to our lives. And people that don't do that, I don't want to place any judgment, but it is like going into a pattern, a repeating pattern. How can they live peaceful lives? It's because they don't do any inner work, no inner reflection. And this is where meditation, no matter 5 or 10 or 1 hour per day, is so essential to understand who we are. And whatever we feel, whatever we think, whatever we act, not only influences us, but obviously also influences our environment. And I think this growth and awareness will come through a soul evolution where meditation is just key, is essential. And I hope that answers the question on how people can do wrongful acts and still live a sort of peaceful life. I'm not sure in how far that life can be peaceful, but there's no inner reflection or inner work yet. And it's what I would call a stage we all went through, more younger souls that just need to go through this cycle of life until they understand the purpose and the meaning of life.
Yes, Mariaji, I think you said it. Not sure how long they can live a peaceful life, which is absolutely true. Who said the consciousness does not remind them of what they're doing and that they're living happy life? Sangeeta, is not true. It's a matter of time. First of all, we recognize that there's no time and space. You are measuring putting just a little bit, the few years, but then in the whole scheme of things, there's no time. It's a matter of time, everything catches up. Law of cause and effect absolutely is there, without a doubt. Suppose you violate a speeding rule. You violate a speeding rule or you violate a basic rule in your community of living. Somebody spits and then is not supposed to spit, and then you spit and there is a fine. You may not have it today. It's reported. 3 months later, the committee meets. The committee says, yes, for all these reasons, we must increase the fine or whatever. Then you'll still get a notice. The traffic department is still giving you a notice. After 6 months, it'll come. The camera somewhere it catches and it'll come to you. It's a matter of time. So it's not true that a soul is not giving them the thing from behind when they do such atrocious crimes. The key is interfering into somebody's lives. The freedom and free will is there for everyone. So anyone who is forcefully interfering into anyone's life without mutual understanding, then they'll have to face consequence. The consequence will be there. The laws that are here are applying everywhere in the field of energy where there is no time. So you may think that they are getting by. Not true. They themselves will have a deep regrets potentially here, if not afterlife. That's why we constantly encourage, must read what's life after death, what's soul evolution. Michael Newton books you must read. Echo Bodin, Echoes of the Soul, please read. Raymond Moody, please read. Then you will know the stories of what people have done and then what they have understood later on. And then so they come back to experience an alternate reality through which they learn. So it's a law of learning, not law of punishment, but that's there. So everyone will go through a tougher choice. But then here is a beautiful understanding of spirituality. Spirituality is elevating ourselves to increase our understanding that everything is an experience. You and I feel something is really bad and wrong and worst. And Richard Bach said, the mark of your belief, the depth of your belief in tragedy and injustice is mark of one's ignorance. The depth of your belief in tragedy and injustice is mark of one's ignorance. Now we elevate ourselves to understand that statement, that he's saying there's no tragedy, there's no injustice. What is that then? We will absolutely come to an understanding that there isn't, everything is going through an experience, everybody is going through an evolutionary process of life. And so then they're doing, and through their doing, they're learning. But that is also the spirituality helps us to understand the contradictions, paradoxes, and then lead a life that you and I and that individual who is doing this committing is consciousness at the root of it. And they learn through various experiences, but they will learn for it through a tougher experience in a future lifetime, if not this lifetime, right? Which we call law of cause and effect. Yes.
Beautifully said, Dr. Chandra. Couldn't agree more. Whatever you seed, you harvest eventually, one way or the other.
Yes. We may see, as you said, right, how long they are living that life when they do something that takes away the freedom of another animal or another person or anything, how long they can live their life, and then it's not too long. Consciousness will, from inside, will signal them enough for them to go and then reflect upon or to go into regret. Regret leads to regretful experiences, so they come back in a different situation, in a similar situation. If farmers, for example, I mean, it shouldn't take anyone specifically, but if somebody is struggling with a lack of rain and water, why? If there are people who are getting impacted by tsunami, why? Because there is gross amount of violation done onto the nature. So is the case. Some people get stuck in their life forever while everybody else seems to celebrate life. They're just there at home doing nothing just to serve somebody. But why is that they're taking such a tough life? Obviously, the law of cause and effect is working. If we take away freedom, then we lose our freedom. If we take away somebody's brain, then it's, there are all kinds of illness are happening in the brain these days. Where is it coming from? Because we've done something before. And so we learn through a tougher experience now. Cause and effect. Please read books by Torkom Saradian. He's written a beautiful book on law of cause and effect called Law of Karma. An amazing book to read. Yes, Jayashree madam. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. We have one more question from Hari sir, that meditation is one of the foundation courses to master to become a healer. What else can be helpful to become a self-healer and help others to heal? What extent heart coherence is helpful to do healing?
to what else? To become a self-healer and help others to heal. I would say, in general, very important is before healing others to start with ourselves first. What I said in my precious, we're journeying from the me to the we to the us, but in that order. So very important, whatever you learn on healing, apply first to yourself, heal first yourself, because if not, whatever we want to transmit to others will be partly what we have not yet healed ourselves. So to always first start with healing, accepting ourselves, working through our karma, our self-conditioning, so that whatever we transmit to others is of that purity that comes from the heart. What extent heart coherence is helpful to do healing? I would say the heart, as the word it says, it's at the core, the core of everything. Genuine healing comes from the heart, comes from that compassionate. The heart, the mind likes to separate. This comes here, likes to organize, likes to categorize everything. The heart unites, the heart heals, really. So I would say the heart is essential in everything that is done with healing. The moment we just eliminate the heart and only get to our mind, healing would almost be impossible. So I think the heart is of the great essence to come to that unified field where everything, not only knowing, but feeling we're interconnected with each other. That is the heart's capacity. And the moment we are able to align heart and mind through meditation, that's where we become extremely powerful, because we focus our mind, but yet we have that heart vibration, that compassionate, empathic healing source that comes from the heart. So, yes, to me, that would be essential in healing, to use the heart and the mind to focus, that the mind doesn't go off everywhere, but is being focused. And that combination of heart and mind focus is extremely, extremely powerful. That's where in the presentation I was talking about the coherence of light. It's like a laser of concentration. And maybe an interesting is with Alex Orbito, with the seminars that we did, we always started concentrated on a candle to really focus the mind and heart on a candle. And eventually you become one with the candle. And once you become one with the candle, you can start moving the candle, actually. So it is really coming into that unity with the other, not in a separation, but in unity. And there's a beautiful book by Dr. Leonard Laskov, who came to that, who was at one point in a meditation. He wrote many books about healing through love. And in a meditation, in a very powerful meditation, he just heard, you need to heal through love. But he was a doctor, he was the head of a hospital, so he thought, how am I going to do that? So he started working on a Petri disk, because he thought, before I go to human beings, let me first start on a Petri disk to see how this works. He was also a scientist. So he put a Petri disk and he had some salmonella that he placed in there. And he tried to send love from his heart to the salmonella and see, let me see what is happening to these bacteria. And nothing happened. And then he realized, but wait a minute, in my mind, I know that salmonella is something that can be lethal, that can be dangerous. So him trying to send love from my heart, but my mind knows the danger of these bacteria. So he was able to eliminate those thoughts, really send love from the heart to the salmonella. It took him some exercises, some practice, but at one point he just felt this unity with the salmonella. He just felt I'm connected with them. And then he felt he was communicating with them, and he sent the message, can you, instead of multiplying so quickly, because which is known of salmonella bacteria, can you maybe multiply by less than 50%, so multiply less quickly? And he looked and it happened immediately. And he just cried because he just understood, wow, the moment I come in unity, in love and unity, that's where the healing flows. The moment I stay separated I stay separated, obviously. And this is also the healing that Alex Orbito was able to do. He came into unity with the other. And that's where, from the heart, the healing was flowing. So that's what I wanted to transmit. And, you know, maybe possibly Dr. Chandra, or I see Kartikeyan is there, would like to add. By the way, the
Thank
book.
you. I'm just waiting for. Yes.
The book, by the way, with this story is Dr. Leonard Laskov, Healing Through Love. Very beautiful. Let me say, Dr. Leonard Laskov. Here it is. That's his book.
Yes, I'm just sending it to everyone. Thank you so much. That was awesome, Maria.
So we will conclude here, Marikaji. All right. So wonderful response. Thank you. One has to become. We have to unite with ourselves, unite with other person. We say help others heal, so that they become a healer by themselves, and so is meditation, which is giving us that focus to become one with ourselves, to heal ourselves. So then permanently, one is independent of anything, and then can lead their life, not dependent with anyone. Right. So that's a fundamental principle, that you want to make people to be on their own, heal themselves. So you want to give the technique, you want to teach them the way to heal. And what you said, start with master the self-healing. If you master the self-healing, then you're giving naturally that thing that you have to others. And so then others also master the healing. So I'll conclude here, dear friends. So thank you so much for joining. And I will send you, a formal invite for the GCML. We're just still planning at this point, early stage planning, but the dates are roughly April 1 to 4, 2027 in New Delhi. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 dates. And so thank you. And we will disseminate this research information in different programs too. We do a lot of programs around, and so different aspects, we will disseminate it appropriately.
Wonderful, wonderful. And thank you so much for this privilege of joining you this morning. Thank you very much. And delighted to continue this journey around the globe for all of us to come closer into our hearts, unify, and being able to lift the frequency of the planet and to bring love and care and compassion wherever possible.
Thank you. Thank you, Kartikeyan sir. S. Jaisha madam, please conclude.
Yes, thank you so much, Marika ji, for joining. Amazing. I was waiting to hear from you. And thank you, sir, for the wonderful. We have, of course, looking forward for more details about the research, whatever you presented. I have some questions in my mind, but I'll wait for the session. So thank you so much. And
Thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, dear. So thank you, friends. We'll conclude for today and see you all tomorrow. And then again, yet and again, an amazing Sankalp session. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
All
is a
that
gift.
I am, all that I see, all that
Thank you.
Grateful for it. You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learned every
Thank
time
you.
I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned. Every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sagar.
Looking towards your heart. It'll